Document 001, Wendigo Life Cycle. CRO, Cryptid Research Organization. ACPA, Anonymous Cryptid Protection Agency. I want you to remember these designations. They will be vital for the documents and recordings that I will present to you over time. A short explanation is in order if you want to understand the events you will hear now and in the future. My name is the Collector. I am an anomalous third party observing the actions of the CRO and the ACPA, as well as their interactions. Naturally, neither have any idea that I exist, and I bring you carefully selected logs that show who these groups are and how they work. Now, onto our story. Day 1. We have finally received our specimen after 7 months of careful preparation. Known widely as the nut deer, it is an abnormal creature that poses as a deer, most likely to lure members of its immature species into a false sense of safety, after which it consumes them. It moves in an anatomically impossible way on occasion and is capable of bending its neck in almost 360-degree angles, similar to an owl. Testing will begin in a week. Day 8. It's already been well established that the creature, which has been designated Subject 001, consumes meat, but our initial test is meant to figure out 001's preference when it comes to species the meat comes from. Most believe this is a stupid experiment as the creatures have been seen almost strictly consuming deer, but it is unlikely such a ravenous creature would be able to keep its predatory nature hidden from the herd for long, most likely leading to it being quickly abandoned. It most likely lives off smaller creatures during these periods between herds. Results will be documented soon. Day 18. For the first 3 days of the experiment, we gave 001 meat from common white-tailed deer. We then stopped feeding it for a couple of days, after which we released numerous rodents, chipmunks, mice, marmots, etc. into the containment chamber. We released 75 prey specimens into the containment, and by the end of today, when all creatures had been collected, the prey population numbered 29. In the 5 days it had very small prey to consume, it ate 46 members of the original population. Next test will begin in 3 to 4 days. Day 19. During preparation for the next experiment, our thermal cameras detected an anomaly within 001. The creature's body temperature has dropped to levels impossible to sustain life. It might as well be a frozen corpse according to all logic, but it continues living. This has been reported to site management, but they find it of no concern. The old test has been scrapped, and new test is in planning. Day 23. It is known that the presence of a Wendigo is freezing cold, so we have drastically increased the internal temperature of the containment unit. This was meant to discover whether or not local environmental temperature affects the strength of the creature. This is where we discovered an issue. The internal temperature of the room never goes above 45 degrees Fahrenheit. We even lit a small fire in the chamber, but only a small area was heated. It is clear that Subject 001 will be completing the transformation soon. I just hope we took the proper precautions. Day 29. The creature, well, it transformed. A juvenile Wendigo is born. It was certainly something. I was observing 001 on one of the hidden cameras in its containment and got to witness the whole thing. The meat on its head just melted, or decayed. Either way, all the skin and muscle on 001's face fell off. I don't know how, but it ate the skin. Damn, I'm gonna have nightmares. Day 30. Subject 001 came out of the little forest in its containment unit and walked straight up to the one-way window. It looked just like a normal Wendigo now. Huge claws, an unnatural amount of antlers, and a semi-humanoid body shape. It looked directly at my co-worker who had watched at the time. Looking over the security footage, it just stood there in front of the window and stared for an hour, never taking its empty eyes off her. It feels like it was trying to do something. Maybe anxiety is getting the better of us though. Day 33. It should have been expected. We were stupid to think it was safe. The security guard who brought the creature's food into its containment was lured into the deeper part of the wooded area. 001 is smart, I'll give it that. It wounded itself and left a trail of blood leading to its nest. It built a decoy from twigs and leaves, placed it in the nest, and hid. When the guard approached, it jumped him, tore his armor apart like paper. It tortured him. I had to watch it all to fill out a personal loss report. His screams, well, there isn't a good word to describe them. The Wendigo tore off his limbs slowly, and when the whole limb was detached, it pecked the wounds with leaves and herbs. He was alive and conscious the whole time, as it dismembered him and ate his limbs. I don't think I want to work for the CRO anymore. It's been 9 days since the last entry. Protocol doesn't matter anymore. Everything's gone to hell. Subject 001 broke containment 3.5 hours ago. It did something to people's minds, turning them into feral cannibalistic beasts. It and its cemented little pack tore through the entire site security team. Site management was evacuated the moment they got word containment was breached and the rest of us were left here. I've locked myself in the security bunker, but I don't even think the doors are going to stop it. The room is freezing and I hear the Wendigo's call in the back of my mind. I just want to go home. Maybe sit by the fireplace with my dog on my lap and a book in my hands. I guess the world really is cruel.